All right, moving on to topic 3. Stream anniversary. 6 years of doing this. It's crazy to think about. So as of recording, anniversary will be next Friday, February 5th, 2021. Oh man, it snuck up on me this year. I don't know why. But yeah, I just want to talk briefly about the 6 years and obviously doing this and good things about it. And obviously I want to talk a little bit about the stresses I've been feeling lately, and I'm starting to figure it out, but also not in a way. But yeah, just crazy to think about that we've been streaming for 6 years. I still remember doing the initial YouTube channel with John way back when and talking about ideas there. It's been an interesting ride, starting with obviously John Jones and I doing the stream, and then Billy and Dio and John hopping in, and then doing some streams out in California with Charlie, and obviously that whole move and adventure, and then coming back and doing it. Obviously the wide array of cast and viewers that have watched over the years. Like, I remember the original crew. Obviously some of them stuck around, some of them not. And then obviously the, things we learned and relationships we've built through streaming. TwitchCon was a blast and a good experience to go through. Obviously meeting Snow after, she kind of was the first stream I saw and kind of helped me understand what was the goal, I guess, to put out for content. I don't know. Inspiration in a way. And then obviously meeting other people, like obviously talking with Snowbank Mike, obviously meeting Uber Brent, which has led to, a good friendship there, and obviously friendship with others, with Jeff. Obviously hanging out with Super Killer Bunny, and then meeting Kate, and that's been a big thing, obviously. So, yeah, it's been crazy, this whole thing. Yeah, it is Stream with John Jones, yep. Yeah, and to think 6 years from now, like, it hasn't burnt out the streaming platform. I don't know. Some people thought this was going to be a big flash in the pan, but it seems like it's still going strong, which is good. Definitely is a different place than 6 years ago. Everybody and their mom is streaming, whether they're playing games or not. I don't have anything against Twitch expanding their horizons, audiences, whatever. With obviously podcasts like what we're doing, or vlogging, or other stuff. She has sub goals. She does. Yeah, mom streams. She streams once a year, extra life. So yeah, it's been interesting seeing the growth of that. And like I said, everybody is doing it now, so it just makes it more saturated and tough to build an audience, which, numbers wise, obviously I'm very proud of what we've done, how many followers we have, how many subs we've had, etc., etc. But it's interesting, and in a negative way, like, started this 6 years ago and you're still not in the same spot, because obviously there's been growth with the affiliate program that was introduced, and production value clearly of certain things, but like from an audience standpoint, it's like at some point you gotta be critical of yourself, and it's just like, okay, something's not clicking. And obviously for those of you guys in chat or listening and watching this later, obviously I have connected with you at some point, which I appreciate and I'm happy for. It's just like, it's questioning, like, okay, what have I missed out on? And I feel this past year for sure has been a misstep personally, content wise. Not that anything was bad. We definitely had a lot of good streams. We had, obviously, the podcast is still going. We had a lot of good funny moments with our, whether it be Fall Guys or Mario Party or whatever it might be. But I feel like my focus has waned, and a clear sight of maybe what I want to accomplish. I know it's not a good thing to do, but can be a growing moment. But comparing yourself to other people, I've seen others who have succeeded a lot in this last year, or even in the 6 years since starting, where I'm like, that person is taking the right steps and has made moves. Why aren't you? Kind of thing. And I know I talk about it often, but obviously Snowbike Mike has blown up. I remember talking to him at Kind of Funny Life 3 when he was getting back into streaming, and seeing his progression from that point on to obviously where he is now with affiliate and then partner, and now he is working over at Kind of Funny, which I'm happy for him and everything. So obviously his success, and then obviously, Jeff has done a lot for himself too. He's been very driven with his YouTube output, and I feel his audience is growing stream wise. At least I see a lot more like repetitive names in there. Like, I feel he's got a good, he laughs in chat, but I like, from what I remember of his first streaming, like, yeah, it may not reflect every stream, but I do see it. Like, there are things you're going after and pursuing that are working and are growth for you. And then there's other people who just like show up out of nowhere, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, whether you just scroll through Twitch on whatever channels, you're like, how do you have 100 viewers for this game that came out ages ago? Or why do you have all this success but things don't work? And it could be also the aspect of like, okay, for example, a Brandon Cutler, like, he usually has audio issues, or something's going on, or green screen doesn't look perfect, or this is not the best. And I get it. Like, he has that recognition because he's done work other places. That I get. Not taking away from that, but it's like, I don't know. So yeah, I'm realizing maybe my focus hasn't been as focused, I guess. That's not even the, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Direct as I want it to be, or as it should be if I want to improve. And yeah, it's just figuring out, like, there's a lot of things I want to do. It's a matter of doing them. And I think this past year has been a weird one for me, an off one for me. And I don't know what it is. I can't place my finger on it 100%. I'm not sure if it's imposter syndrome, or just getting used to a whole lot of new things in life, whether it's new job, new place, new relationship. Well, new relationship as of 2 years, but you know what I mean. Like, is it all those things? Just trying to figure that out at the same time. New schedule with the things going on. I don't know. So I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do, and I want to find that drive again. Because there's sometimes I'm like, why am I even doing this? And I know this whole conversation's sounding very negative, and I apologize. If you want to leave now, that's fine. But I'm trying to be introspective, of like, okay, what have I done? What haven't I done? Just trying to reflect on it. And I can't get better if I don't do that. Am I very happy with this 6 years? Yes. Am I very happy with what I've done with this? Yes. Am I wanting to pursue it still? Yes. It's just a matter of like, how do I improve otherwise? Papa Griff says you should play or talk things that are fun for you to enjoy. And if others enjoy it, so be it. So will you, so be it. Sorry. If no one else does, you're still doing it for you, for sure. You can't make people eat chocolate when they only like vanilla. Yeah. And I've tried that a few times where I've played things that I want to play, and it just seems like the audience is not there. And I'm not blaming any of you guys for it, but as an example, I like playing Apex. Not a lot of people like watching Apex that are currently around, So there's that aspect, and it's like, I don't know. And I've talked about doing a different, like, the podcast is great. I think the podcast is a blast and helps me get better in the talking aspect and the presentation aspect. And there's talks of another podcast doing one that's wrestling focused, and I think that will help a lot too with like doing something you enjoy. So I'm very excited to pursue that project when that does happen. And that's a thing too. Like, I've been slacking heavily on that. And it's like, why? This is something you're going to enjoy doing and whatever. It's like, where's the drive gone sometimes? Or when it's time to work, where's the focus gone? And that's very frustrating. You'll play it anyway, so streaming is no real extra overhead. No, but it's the presentation and the entertainment aspect of it that I have to think about it. Like, if I'm just playing it, I'm just playing it for me, obviously. Like, I'm still playing it, enjoying it while streaming, but I have to think about, okay, you haven't talked for 20 minutes, and this is a battle royale. Like, sometimes there's things going on, which is good, but when there's not things going on and you're not talking, not good. So, I agree with Dad. When you play and laugh, it shows your true self and shine. Yeah, which I definitely agree with. And Extra Life is a prominent example of the success we could have. Like, obviously, people tune in because it's a good cause, and they're very generous and charitable. But, like, that was my favorite stream this year. We just went in there. We didn't it wasn't a thought, or it wasn't an overlooming thought of like, oh, how many people are watching, like, we were just having fun. And that's something, yeah, like you guys said, I need to get back into. And it's like, maybe it's just a matter of the games are playing, which I don't feel there's been any games that have like drudged along. I've talked about maybe dropping Sekiro, but I like Sekiro. I can understand it's been frustrating at times, but also it's a balance of me. It's like the balance of the schedule. When do you do it? When don't you do it? Like, being consistent there. And then there's days you don't want to do it. It's like, bro, once again, where's that drive? Where's that focus going? I don't know. Heard rumors about that wrestling podcast. Yeah, there's been a lot of rumors about it. I wonder if any of them are true. Presentation's very good, and even I talk to myself playing Fallout, so you will too. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. If you can't defeat the Witch King or whatever, so what? Drop the difficulty, go for it. Yeah, there's no difficulty. Yeah, like Sekiro, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel bad in a way too of like, hey, we started this story game and then we never finish it. Like, what if there was somebody that was interested in it? Like, look at Okami. We were playing that for the longest time and dropped that like a sack of bricks. If you stuck, you stuck. Yeah, I know. Yeah, like, once again, my biggest question is just like, what mentally is going on? You got like 4 endings in Okami though, or it felt like it. That is true. I was like, oh,
so true.
We're done with this game. What?
You get to like the big build-up ending.
Yeah.
And then it's not the ending.
Yeah.
And then you do it again, and it's not the ending.
Right. So yeah, my biggest question is just the motivation aspect. Like, where has that gone? Excuse me, in the past year. And it's not the idea part of it, because Kate can tell you I've rambled numerous ideas off of her head, and then notebook-wise written down so many things. But it's like, when it comes time to do the work, where is it? So, yeah, that's just my own problem, and I'm thinking of like, why is that the case? If that makes sense, I don't know. So yeah, On a more positive note, not self-reflecting on that part, I guess, anymore. Yeah, the 6 years have been great. Like I said, it's been a blast streaming with either Kate or streaming with the guys or doing the extra life streams or whatever it is, just putting that energy into it and then, yeah, putting out the good times for others to share upon. Because, yeah, when Kate and I are streaming, it's not something you have to think about. When it's extra life, it's not something I have to think about. When I'm sitting here by myself, sometimes there are aspects I'm like, ooh, overthinking it, kind of thing. So I think that's the area I want to get into. And whether it's the podcast that help out with that, I don't know. Practice makes perfect, I guess. But it's a matter of finding those things that go hand in hand to make it easier and not overthink it, like you guys are saying. Supermander says your positive energy is a welcome distraction from our difficult world that we live in. I know they enjoy watching you play games because you provide a positive escape from reality. Not to mention you're a great freaking dude that comes across on screen. Well, I appreciate all that. I appreciate that a lot. And that's really, when it boils down to it, that is the goal of just like, let's get cool people together. Let's talk about stuff and just hang out, And that's always been the goal. I think that's something I talked about year one. And, some of the older viewers, said, yeah, that's all great, but, that's going to be very hard to do, to build upon or whatever. And I agree. Obviously, some of them have dropped off, and I haven't seen them in years, which is fine. I always said that, too. You got your own life to live. I do not expect you to be here every stream sitting for 3 to 4 hours. No, go do what you need to do or want to do. So yeah, it's just, I guess finding more of those opportunities to have fun, like those streams, like I said, that have been a blast. It's also been a blast just creating new stuff and brainstorming new ideas and testing myself with that, whether it's the animations and the notifications or the green screen, figuring out all that chaos, or the extra life projects. Obviously we did the crazy one with the wrestling entrances this year, which is a blast. Or just the presentation aspect of Extra Life, whether it's the big group of friends and doing that, or the Audible we had to play this year with only the 4 of us. Those projects are the best to work on. So that's been a positive of, okay, how do I take these things that I'm either watching and recognizing, hey, this could be better for this person, or taking small things I learned from college in editing of oh, okay, I can use this program to edit out videos, or I can edit the podcast, or I can create this thing from this and then put it out here. That's all been great, and I love doing those things. Do some games with subs or followers day. Chugged in one of Halo today. Take pressure off of you. See, yeah, that's a great idea. My thing with that is you need people there. We've seen it with Among Us streams. Among Us is a blast, but you either ask people and they can't, or you ask people and they say they can, then they don't show up, and it's what? I don't, it sounds weird, but I feel like it's the relying on people sometimes. This isn't their thing. I understand that. There were dreams of Lil John and I doing this. There were dreams of Big John Dio and Billy and I doing this. Yeah, it's just not their thing, and I don't blame them for that. It's just I wish it could have been that way, kind of thing. It's the same thing with Charlie's another one out in California. I know he's watching, so I don't mean to shout him out and throw him under the bus. That's not at all what I mean, because these were great. But he was a great person to bounce ideas off of, and he was attentive and willing to help, and I always appreciated that. And the couple of streams we did, or the recordings we did together, was a blast. But guess what? he had his own things that he wanted to do, and that's totally fine. It's his life. I don't want to be like, hey, come here, whoosh, and just rope people in and, force them to do whatever. If people want to do it, hell yeah, let's do it. But, I understand people doing their own thing. I feel like I told you, you're not the only one responsible for your growth. Those who follow you already are also. Yeah, true. But once again, that's not their job. And what I mean by that is, yes, you should use your own audience to market for yourself. I feel I should be entertaining or interesting enough that person X, Y, or Z is doing that on their own, and it's not like I'm going over to them and saying, please, 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 like Kate and I always make fun of it, but on certain YouTube channels, they're like, oh, you better sub and hit that notification bell and tell your friends and do this thing. And we're like, bro, like, I get it, but I just feel like if they're not talking about it or sharing it, that means I'm doing something not wrong, but there's something I need to do better. Like, I could tell you a bunch of people to check out on stream because this person, not by telling me to tell other people, but because of how they present themselves and who they, do that, talk about it, Dio and Billy with Overwatch or Billy and John with fighting games. You mean to tell me they don't play anymore? That's garbage. No, I'm not saying they don't play anymore. I'm just saying, like, the schedule for them of like, hey, we need to do this. Hey, we need to do this. Like, we tried making channel videos together. Like, hey, want to sit down and record? We tried it, but it just didn't work. That was all I was saying. I'm still down to play games with those guys all the time because it's just a blast to hang out with them. Like, Billy's been super consistent with the Among Us streams, and I appreciate that. But, just hasn't happened. I don't know. Let's see. If I see you and I tell two people and they tell two people. Yeah, exactly. That's the goal. That's, the ideal thing. Who got me into Busted Open? You did. Who got you into Chris Van Lee? I don't remember. I don't think that was me. But, yeah, it's word of mouth. I totally understand that. But I have to do something enough for people to want to do that, And I'm sure there are people did. I did? Oh, okay. I'm sure there's people who do already do that. And I appreciate that. But obviously it's not working, So there's some kind of disconnect. Either people aren't talking about it or the people who do come in, I'm not appealing enough to either watch, stick around, etc. Like there's a disconnect somewhere. So it's like, no, of course everybody's not going to gravitate or watch something, Like, once again, going back to Snowbike Mike. He plays a lot of Warzone. Kate's not a big fan of Warzone, and how he presents things now. That's fine. It's not that she hates Snowbike Mike or doesn't like him. It's just like, don't feel like watching this, which is fine. It's that, like, this. I don't know why I keep making this hand motion. It's this intangible I got to figure out in this ball. But yeah, the creative process, going back to that, has been a lot of fun in these 6 years, creating stuff. So I want to do more of that. And whether it's just switching up, stream aspect, like he's going to watch it. Anyways, whether it's just, refreshing the stream look, or it's making new thumbnails or whatever it is, or testing my abilities with editing and whatnot, that's what I want to do, or that's what I've really enjoyed from it and hope to continue to get out of it. If anything is like, that's a positive. So yeah, I don't know. It's just, like I said, it's finding those goals again and refocusing and, continue to grow from there. The 6 years, like I said, I know I said a lot of negatives or, things. It's just, I would not, even with all the stresses and things that I just said that are negative per se, I would not say that these 6 years have been wasted doing Twitch. I think it's been a great thing to chase after or a goal to work on. I've talked about it with Kate a few times of like, it's that personal goal to work on, or personal project, maybe that's a way to put it. And it's fulfilling. Like, obviously we all have, the job or career thing to chase. We all have the relationship to chase and work on. Like, those things are good and those things are important and need work and are great. I feel like I also need that personal thing I'm chasing after, whether it was, Taekwondo, whether it was this or whatever it might have been. I think that's been a positive aspect of it, if that makes sense. So I would definitely not give that up. And I'm looking forward to keep doing it. It's just, like I said, it's this weird gray area of like, what's going on now? Why is it slowed down personally in some aspects? But yeah, the people we've met online, in person, has been great. Really appreciate those relationships and the skill set that is has been built upon on this platform. Obviously, people know me. Not the most sociable of people or extroverted. So this has definitely helped with that aspect of talking more and putting myself out there. So I do like that. So there's that. I like pushing myself that way and learning those skills. So yeah. Twitch recommended you. Hold on. Twitch just recommended some lady wearing a bikini in a hot tub and she has 3K people watching. Would you consider doing Wait What from a hot tub? I'd consider it. The Look at Me channels. Yeah, everybody's got something different. I don't know. Just sit here and barely read chat and you can give me 50 subs tonight. Might send you an 8x10. Yeah, I don't know. It's, those channels are interesting. And I mean, there's channels I never chat in, but it's not because, like, I don't feel engaged. It's either maybe the chat's, like, flying by. Like, for example, Maximilian Dude's channel. Like, I will never chat in that channel because if somebody responds, I'm not going to see it. Kind of thing. But I'll still sit there and watch Max. But then again, yeah, he's playing stuff. The just chatting channels, like, it's nothing against them. It's if they're actually sitting there and talking like a topic or talking about something, I think that's content that I can understand. If you're just sitting there and just going, thank you, XYZ, over the whole stream, it's like, what are we watching here? Like, it's just confusing. That's where Taekwondo helped you a lot. You bonded with lots of people there. For sure. Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like, if I could take that aspect of Taekwondo and put it out there, like, obviously I have the ability to connect with all these people, family, students, etc. I have that ability. So if I take that ability and put it over here in Twitch, I think that's great, like, that's the formula. Just finding that. I don't know. Let's see. They have zero substance here. They just sit there and giggle and bob their heads, and I can't believe people. Yeah, I don't know. People got money to throw around, I guess. I mean, support the people you like. I don't know. Right, but most of them don't know about this. At least that's what I'd argue. Oh, like what they're doing? Maybe. I don't know. Is what it is, I can't just sit here and complain about them, because then what am I doing for myself? Nothing. And that's the thing I've had to learn too in these past couple of years is, once again, not focusing and comparing myself to others. Is it hard to do? Yes. Can it be good sometimes? Yes. But if I just let that, absorb me, then I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to be sitting here doubting myself all the time. So, yeah. I don't know. Was this a super positive topic? No, and I'm sorry about that. But I honestly just wanted to talk with you guys about the 6 years. Want to say thank you for tuning into any content that you guys do watch, whether it's Actual Life, whether it's this podcast, whether it's any of those old videos that we made, the live streams, whatever it is. I want to thank you guys for watching and helping me and talking with me. And, I know these conversations aren't necessarily fun, these specific ones, but thank you for dealing with, sounds like a strong thing, but for listening and communicating with me about them. I just want to make something that is fun and hopefully entertaining, like you guys said. And if we can grow that, that's great. I think it's just, I wanted to also voice how I was feeling and be upfront and honest with you guys. Because I feel if I do that, especially saying out loud, whether it's here online or, with friends and family, it helps in general. And I think it can help refocus myself, being honest with myself, how I feel. Okay, this is how I feel. Now, how do I deal with it or act upon it? So I feel it's definitely healthy to do, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to me do that. Maybe by putting out these things of how I'm feeling or the clear goals, maybe that'll help me, focus better or be smart about it, or just realize, hey, it's just the internet. It's just video games. Just stop overthinking it, kind of thing. It's figuring that all out. If the schedule helps, use it. If the schedule hurts, don't use it. My only thing with the schedule is I like to know when things are going on. This person's going to be live at this point, or general. I have something to look forward to and schedule. If it's just an impulse thing, like, oh man, I was going to do X, I can't watch that. I was going to do Y, or that's my thing with the schedule. I think it's more clear and concise and focused. I don't know, but maybe. Yeah, I could do that. But that's going to be it for this episode of the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast. Thank you guys for hanging in and chatting with me about the Rumble, WandaVision, and streaming for 6 years. If you guys want to catch the podcast live, you can catch it over on twitch.tv/Enigma911 every other Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can join the chat like so many of you guys did today. Papa Griff, Mrs. G, Lady Wonderland, Jeff Reg, Supermander, New York to SoCal. Thank you guys for hanging out and chatting with me. You can do it over on that day and time. If you can't catch it live, that's okay. You can always catch it over on YouTube and SoundCloud the following week, where it's broken out topic by topic and put as one big video in MP3 the following Friday. And last but not least, remember, merch store. You can get all of your swag over there. T-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. Rep the brand. Support us. It would be greatly appreciated. Last but not least, guys, on February 7th, which is a Sunday, which will be 2 days of this coming out in full, we're going to be doing a 12-hour, 6-year anniversary stream celebration. Woo! With games to be announced and to be planned. So that'll be going on. You can tune in. Time, I'm guessing 2 to 2, maybe 1 to 1. But I'll let you guys know more details. If you want more details, you can check us out on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Discord. You get the full schedule there and all details about the stream, whether we're late or whatnot. You can check it out over there. And hopefully we'll see you guys. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.